The United Nations says 38 bodies have been recovered from a shipwreck off the coast of Djibouti. Children are among the dead and at least 6 people are missing. Local authorities are helping a group of survivors. The boat was carrying around 60 migrants from Djibouti to Yemen. Each year, thousands of migrants follow this so-called eastern route from Africa through Yemen to Saudi Arabia and Europe. And joining me now for more on this is Yvonne Ndege of the International Organization of Migration in Nairobi, Kenya. Yvonne, is there still hope of finding any more survivors?
Well, it doesn't seem so. At least 38 bodies have been recovered from this vessel that sank off the coast of Djibouti, among them children, women, young people and the elderly, and at least 22 people who managed to escape the shipwreck are being supported by IOM, the International Organization for Migration, and local authorities. The rescue and recovery operation is still ongoing, but it seems very unlikely that migrants who perished in this latest tragedy will actually be found alive.
Now, the people on that boat were headed for Yemen, where many migrants tried to cross to Saudi Arabia. Is this incident part of a bigger problem?
Well, the information we've received at IOM, the International Organization for Migration, is evolving and is changing. What we now know is that this particular vessel was leaving Yemen for Djibouti. Now, what we have is a situation where you have tens of thousands of migrants who leave the coast of the region. They leave Djibouti trying to get to Saudi Arabia, to cross over the border with Yemen to Saudi Arabia. In this particular situation, what we have discovered, what we have found is that these individuals maybe didn't make it. They couldn't quite get across the border, so they were returning. So what we have is mixed migration flows. That is African migrants who try to leave the Horn of Africa, cross the Yemeni border, hoping to get to Saudi Arabia to find jobs. And then we have those who don't make it, who try to return. And in this particular incident and situation, it appears that these were migrants from the Horn of Africa, primarily Somalia and Ethiopia, who are now trying to get back to Djibouti, maybe to try again, maybe some of them to try and reach their countries of origin.
We know that many migrants try to reach Europe, often on crowded boats or dinghies. How busy is that particular place there in the Gulf of Aden?
Well, the eastern migration route, you alluded to it in your intro, is one of the most complex and one of the most underreported migratory routes in the world, probably. Massively underreported because it is so difficult to access some of these areas. Now, what we have found is that most of these migrants are trying, as I said earlier, to reach the Gulf nations where they are promised jobs and opportunities. Many of them, very sadly, are exploited by people traffickers and smugglers who promise them that they will get them work when they get to their country of desired destination. That often doesn't happen, as we've seen in this tragic situation. Unfortunately, many of them don't end up getting to those destinations that they want to get to. Now, IOM, the International Organization for Migration, and 48 other organizations, including Save the Children, the Danish Refugee Council, are appealing for $112 million to respond to the immediate humanitarian needs.
OK, I'm afraid we lost the line there. That was Yvonne Ndege from the International Organization of Migration. Thank you very much.